Hey friends, this is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead. Well, you saw me make meatballs, and you've seen me make spaghetti before, but I want to show you how fast a spaghetti dinner can come together when you've got all the things right at your fingertips. Okay, so here we have our crock pot. Let's move you guys back a bit so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing here. Here's my crock pot. Where are my scissors? Oh, come on. What the hell is going on here? Here we go. Okay, there we go. So here it is. Meatballs. Onions. And it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And these are just going to go on low because everything except the onions and peppers is cooked. Right? Here's our secret ingredient of canned shredded zucchini. I tell you guys, this goes in meatloaf. It goes in everything. Now, we gotta rinse our mushrooms because I don't know why Howie grabbed a flat of canned mushrooms, and I swear half of them are dented. It makes a pain in the butt trying to get them open with a can opener. Dented cans are a pain in the butt. There's our mushrooms. And the last thing to go in, I do have a jar opener, but my hands have been so sore lately, I haven't been able to use it. And all over goes the sauce. A little bit of water here from the kettle, because you got to wash your jar anyway before you put it in the recycling. Don't ask me to save these jars, folks. I don't. It's on low, and there we go. Ready for supper. Hey everybody, how's it going? Well, we got to get transplanting today. We have to get transplanting because my celery are starting to die around the edges. They're so, I don't know if I can do this without them falling out. Can you see the roots? So we're going to start. I believe I'm going to get 2 trays of these. So we will see. Let me just get this turned off and my chat pulled up. There you are. There you all are. Hey, let's put it on live chat. And let's pop out the participants list and say hello to Alex Wilson, Alice Silva, Isaacs, Jane Grezel, excuse me, Judith Ann, Judith French, Candy, Kathy Ponder, Linda Bob, Linda Smith, Lynn Smith, Mary Lindsay, hi Michelle J, Missy Royer, hi Mama Dukes, Rita Maston, Rita Svet, Sheila Hubbard, and Sweet Sipper. Okay, now let's just go back to live chat here. And then, how do we do that? No, we do that, pop that right back out. Now, I have to go and change my glasses because hi Lori. Because these aren't the right glasses for this. So, you didn't get your pantry. Am I on our half-acre homestead? You didn't get your pantry pull. You didn't get your meal today video because I was I was up until midnight and I still didn't get the editing done. So I apologize for that. And if I have time, once these are planted, I'm going to do my cabbages and I'm going to head out on some flowers too, but we'll see. Excuse me. Guys, I just got out of bed at 12:30. I've been in so much pain, I haven't been able to sleep at night. Hey, Shaw Lake Homestead. All right, let me just go get my computer glasses. Ow, my shoulder. I injured my shoulder in the nursing home when I was 19. And I've done something to it this week. Got my little roll of Christmas toilet paper in case I need to blow my nose. Alrighty, let's put you down there. Let's put you down here. All right, now for this, we are using the organic potting soil for vegetables, and it's organic and it's by ProMix. I just made the mistake of buying ProMix for starting seeds, and it doesn't do that great for starting seeds. I gotta cut this bag open here. I'm missing something. What am I missing? Oh yeah, I need a little spoon or something. But first things first, let's get our tray full. Oh. Howie phoned me from Canadian Tire the other day and said, I'm in Canadian Tire. Do you need any more soil? Yes, darling. Thank you. Gracie, it's dirt. It's dirt. Gracie had her first hour out on the deck today. It's not really cold, but it's not really warm, but it's mild. And she likes to lay in the deck on the sun because she misses it all winter. It's one of the reasons she sits in my armchair. Hi, Garnett. Hello, Shaw Lake Homestead. All right, I think I can do with one more here. There we go. Put that down. I have to get my little Sunday spoon that I like to plant with. We got our water. Oops. We got our water, our spray bottles. Yeah, my pup loves the sun. She loves the sun when it starts coming. Oh! Okay, I need... Where are you? Alrighty. How's everybody doing today? Luann. I'm glad you made it too. Excuse me. I'll put that over there with the garbage bag. And Chin Chin. Oh, that's good, Cody. Alrighty. Now, as you can see, my celery plants are really, really crowded in here. So I'm just going to pull up one end. These ones are drying out and dying, and look at this. And I'm just going to tear this off like this and set it over here. Give these guys a drink to quell the trauma. Not too much though, because I'm going to be hopefully transplanting them all. This is going to be a lot. What do you say this fills the entire tray? All right, some of these are still just in tiny leaf form, so we really have to kind of make sure. Okay, now we're just going to make a little ditch all along here. Right? And then we're going to start. Look at the roots on these. There you go, baby. There you go, baby. 1, 2. I should put them closer together, I think, because there's going to be a lot. So let's do it this way. Let's just lay them down in the ditch, making sure that their roots are in the ditch. We don't want any of their roots getting dry. Like some of these have passed away, poor things. Expired from neglect. You know, I light them and water them twice a day, and you would think it wouldn't be a neglect issue, but you want to give these little tiny things about an inch apart because they are going to grow. I'm going to the country. So, yeah, it's still in my head, folks. Sunshine smiles on me. Break you up, put you down. Where'd you go, baby? There you are. Whoops, there's 2 of them there. 1. And a teeny tiny. And now I'm just going to see how I'm going to push this bit of soil. I'm just going to push this bit of soil over like that. Make sure everybody is got their roots buried and that everybody is upright and happy. And if they aren't completely upright, they will be before long. This is one of the reasons people don't plant celery. It is a very tedious process to get them from seed to the garden. It's tedious, long, tedious work. Okay, so we're just going to do this. Give them a drink. They have to have a drink right away or they won't survive to the end of the tray while I'm working. Now stand up, baby. Stand up. There you go. Stand up. There. Okay. Do, 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 do. I might have to do these individually. Just leaving them that long. My head song, yeah. Well, for now, anyway. while back it was, let's get it on, but a little bit of dirt in there. I saw a video a long time ago of OAG on how to make your own seed tape. Well, yeah, but no. Not I can see that for like carrot. I've made my own seed tapes for parsnips and stuff. But the truth is they celery has to be started indoors. And then you want to give it more. This is just, it may be tedious for me, but it is what it is. It's part of my happy place too, you know? Hi, Wilma. Yellow bird. I want to get some of these bigger ones poked in. Stand up now. I might have to change the, there we go, a little more direct hit of the water. This could take me all day, folks. And if it does, I won't keep you all day, but I'll show you later how much I got. Down in there are your little roots. There you go, baby. Maybe, Linda. Maybe. I'm probably going to do this for about an hour and then go live on Live with the Wolfies. And then I might do a whole video narrowing it down for those folks who can't stand my boring live streams. There are folks who do that. So, and I'll be taking footage from both videos. For both live streams. But supper's in the crock pot, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, there we go. As Corey said, every video counts. Gotta listen to our Corey. Yeah, how's he doing, honey? Have you talked to him? It is calming, and you guys keep me company. This is almost quite literally my happy place. Is in you know, when it's winter's not quite done with its grip on us, and you know, it's too soon to plant anything outside. There we go. Well, my dad, you'd be amazed. My father, everybody used to think, because I was like ADDHD before ADDHD was even a diagnosis. And that's from the lead in my playground as a kid at school. But I was hyper all over the place. And my father he used to shake his head because when we first moved up to Apsley, he made a bird feeder. I got to get how he put up my brother's bird feeders that he made me. He made a bird feeder, and you all know the story about Christmas, our first Christmas morning in the new house, and we had nothing, but it was beautiful, and we saw birds and all that stuff. And the thing is I remember asking Dad. I said, "How do people get birds to perch on the wild birds to prey?" He said, "Oh no, they're too wild. These people, la 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 la." So I went outside and sat under the tree where the bird feeder was, and I sat cross-legged with my hands full of seed, and I'm resting on my knees. And I sat there for an hour, and I had birds eating out of my hands as long as I didn't move. And my dad told the story, I think it was to my cousin Diane. He said, "I don't understand." He said, "You think she hasn't got a thought in her head because she's moving so fast and things go through her mind so quick. I can't believe she had the patience to sit down there and do it." But what he thought is that there was hope for me, that I could focus, right? Apparently I didn't focus very well in school. I graduated, but I didn't focus very well in school. In high school, the last 2 years of high school, I only went 3 days a week. And I showed up for exams, and I never, oh my gosh, they're so tangled. You got to be so careful. I showed up for exams, but I never did homework. And I still passed with like a 65%. We still don't know how that happened. And no, I don't cheat, folks. I don't cheat. Never did. I don't believe it. I don't believe that anything you get from cheating is nothing you can get from cheating is worth having. You know what I mean? I just needed the right motivation. You're right. And you know what? Dad, that was a thing with me and Dad, birds. Because coming from Toronto, you got starlings and sparrows and pigeons and the occasional seagull from the lake. But the truth is, we didn't get a lot. So when we first started seeing things like cardinals and blue jays and stuff, it was amazing to me. The color and the beauty, You get up there. Get up there. Get up there. Look, stand up. Don't make me push some soil up against you. Oh, my friggin' shoulder. Oh. Look out the window, what do I see? Cows hanging out under spreading trees. Zoom they go, flashing behind a sign. White arrows point to that long white line, and I'm going to the country. Oh, la, 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 la. I'm going, look at the roots on these things. Going to the country, sunshine smiles on me. Come on, babies. And this, when you have it on, you don't want to shoot too hard, but this goes right down in around the roots for them. I'm going through it with my youngest. She learns differently from regular kids, but that only makes you two almost like genius level. Well, that's what I've heard, Mary. But I mean, you couldn't prove it by me. I know I got intelligence, right? And I know I've lived long enough to have some wisdom. Genius, you couldn't prove it by me. It just goes to show that not all children fit into the box that, I mean, honestly, who says, whose job is it to say that children have to go to school X number of hours a day, have to go out for recess X number of hours a day? Whose job was it to say you all got to sit in desks and listen to this regurgitated bullshit? Who designed the school system? I'll lay money it was the government, right? Because kids are going through all these learning things through life, and then they're getting done and they're going, I got no skills. High school did not prepare me for life. It did not. Because I wouldn't fit in any mold any one person or institution tried to put me in. So one year, I went to an mathematics upgrading course at Sir Sanford Fleming College in Peterborough. And I went from grade 8 level math, starting in grade 9, all the way up to grade 11 in 2 months. Because I had math to focus on all day, and then one day it just clicked. My brother-in-law had tried to tell me, Bev, what do you have? This is algebra. What do you have if you have 6 oranges and 6 apples? I said, I have 12 pieces of fruit. He said, no, you have 6 oranges and 6 apples. It didn't dawn on me until I went to this upgrading course and took math every day of what he was talking about, right? They are different. So you have to add them together as fruit, but you have to distinguish them as separate as well. So when math clicked, man, I became the walking calculator. Oh, wow. This is, these poor babies. The school system only makes factory workers. Well, they teach people to be service to society, not to themselves. It's not education, it's indoctrination. I have to spray these down because they're going really dry here, and I don't want them dry. I don't want them too wet because then the roots will overtangle. I came difficult for me all up to college. I agree, Bev. My son, who is autistic, didn't get life skills from school. He is learning life skills now, and he's doing good. Well, I mean, yeah. Look at my son, Briar. He is a functioning member of society. He's on the spectrum. And school, we barely got him through school, right? But he, and the school did everything they could to force me to medicate him. It wasn't until I moved him from the big city high school to our local high school and take him off the drugs they forced me to put him on, that he actually, made friends and well, he had friends, but I mean, he made it through school with the help of some really diligent teachers and staff. And, unmedicated. Unmedicated. That is a triumph. If nobody knows what I'm talking about, anybody who's had to ever fight with the school system who wanted to put their children on Ritalin to make them more manageable will know what I'm talking about. Oh, good for your son, sweetheart, Mary. Well, of course, right? I mean, even so, when I went to high school, I took home economics. That's not even a friggin' thing anymore. Home economics, yes, it should be taught in the home, but it also should be taught in the school place. Practical skills like using shop tools and shop safety and car mechanics, and all of these things, everyday things that children need to survive in the world should be taught in school. And you know what they're not getting taught? History. They're obviously not getting taught history, or nobody would have voted for Trudeau a second time. You know what I mean? Oh, I broke that one. Exactly. You know, I mean, when we went to, when, you know, my dad did more to teach me how to drive than anyone because I watched him. And when he drove, he talked, right? He talked about road courtesy and high beams. And I'd say, well, how do you know when to turn them off? He said, look at the hydro lines. If you see light on the hydro lines, that means something's coming around the corner with its lights on. Dim your high beams. It's called courtesy. It causes less accidents because you're not blinding somebody at the last second as they're coming around a corner, right? People, you know, you're at a four-way stop and there's four cars. It's always the person to your right goes first. These things, nobody teaches courtesy, you know? I don't know how many people get up and give their seat on a public transit to an elderly person, but that was ingrained in us. When my dad took my brother and I to the Toronto exhibition, we went on the streetcar because parking would have been extremely expensive, and we went on the streetcar because it took us all the way to the exhibition grounds. And when we got on the streetcar, Bob and I, Dad stood, Bob and I sat. I sat on the inside. That's another thing. Women always walk on the inside of when you're walking with a man, you always walk on the inside from the road. So the man can protect you from the road. I sat on the inside, Bob sat on the outside, and the moment an elderly person got on the streetcar, my dad just looked at Bob, and Bob just stood up and said, "Here, man, take my seat." You know what I mean? But, you know, I remember standing 7 months pregnant on a crowded subway and being jostled. Nobody gave me their friggin' seat, and I was obviously pregnant. Well, maybe not so obvious, but... See, we almost got a half a tray here, folks, and I haven't, look. But if I get these all planted, I may have some occasion for, well, we'll see. I have one less onion bed, so I may plant one extra celery bed. You just never know. Here's what they need to teach in our town. Roundabouts. No one knows how to use them. Are you serious? Roundabouts are so easy. You know what, though? When we first moved to Quebec, I found there was a lot of entitled attitude with people who are born here, French people in specific. I'm not being mean. I just know that one day I was going to the pharmacy and I opened the door, I held the door open for two women who were coming out, and they didn't even make eye contact with me. Never mind say thank you. They didn't even make eye contact. And I mean, it's that kind of attitude. It's the entitlement attitude that starts pissing people off and stops people from being polite. You got broke. Come on, babies. There we go. You know? I still do it. But whenever we're in a restaurant and I've got a coat or a sweater or anything, when we get up to leave, Howie holds my coat for me. You know, he opens doors for me. He opens car doors for me. And, you know, that's just my husband. But you know what? He was taught to do that by me. Well, maybe by his mother some, but you teach people how to treat you. And if you treat people like it's you're owed something, they'll stop giving it to you, right? You got to show some appreciation for the people who give you their consideration. You know what I mean? I used to work in a little greenhouse for some people and planted seeds all day long. Vegetables, petunias mostly. It was a fun job, though. A bunch of ladies sitting there talking while we were planting. Well, this is what it feels like to me, right? Is that, you know, we're visiting. This one, some of these are barely in their second leaf. Let's get you in there a little bit deeper. A little bit deeper now, a little bit longer now, a little bit louder now. So, go baby. They may look tiny, but you gotta give them room to grow. Need the babies. There we go. Need a baby. I have another tray here, and I think I have another one out in the porch. I just don't know where I'm going to fit them on my table after all those strawberry plants. The dirt needs to be broken up nice too. Oh, stiff your roots down there. Don't leave the roots outside. They got to be under the soil. You got to have at least 75% of the root under the soil. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. See, they start getting limp really quick when you transplant them, when you have them out like this. I'm going to have to put these over on the table now. Oh, there's a yo baby. There's a yo-yo baby. Oh, there are two yo-yo babies. And they're stuck together. There we go. I can't, you know, if it takes me all day, I can't not plant, give everything a chance that's possible. Come on, baby. There we go. Right there, right there. Right in there. Get your dirt, get your roots buried. Here we go. Oops. Let's open you up a little bit. There we go. Try not to hit the plant itself with the direct. I could put one in there. There you go, baby. You just have to be sitting there. Hey, Christina! Well, you know, it's not just me. Everybody in the chat, you know, does their best to keep the conversation going. Excuse me, folks. I might even have to replant some into this deep tray here, because I may run out, like seriously run out. Oh, happy as can be. I'm going to the country. Sunshine, smile on me. La 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 la. Come on, baby. La 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 la. If I can help it, every single living baby celery plant is going to get a chance. La 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 la. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Farmhouses, silver roofs go flashing by. Oh my goodness. Tractor trailer drives by with a sigh, and I'm going to the country. Oh, happy as can be. I'm going to the country. Sunshine smiles on me. For those who are fans of my Rumble channel, I put up a new video called Axe the Tax. It's kind of directed at Canadians there, so. Okay. Well. Some of these are getting buried under the soil here. Well, remember this year when we harvest our celery, we're going to just cut it off and leave the roots in the ground for a late fall harvest of soup celery. Celery that I'm going, not soup celery, garden gleanings, to go in my garden gleanings. I do garden medley and I do garden gleanings. Gleanings is what happens when I go out into the garden and after the last frost or the first hard frost, and I pick all the tomatoes off the wilting vines and I, do all that stuff. Whoops. There's two of you here. You in there. Where'd the other one? There you are. There we go. Come here. Come over here. I know you were stuck together, but you don't have to grow together, okay? You have your own space. Trust me. Stick one in there. Anywhere I see a hole, I'm going to stick one. You don't want them too close to the edges of the tray either, because they can lose. They need a lot of water, so they need to be in a place where the soil can be soaked around them, not just on three sides. Oh, there's two in there. Come here, you. Come here. Leave your brother behind. You'll be right next to him, I promise. Brother, sister, aunt, uncle. Whatever. But I do believe they'd all be siblings. Wouldn't they all be siblings? Bev's Mrs. Wolfie channel for Rumble. All you need is, there you go. Sheila Hubbard, how much celery are you looking to end up with? Well, I'm going to say that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Roughly 11 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 11 by 15. So that would be maybe 160 plants in this tray. And this tray is all I used. So this is what I have to deal with here. So I wish I had enough trays, soil, and patience for all of this. But I have a feeling some of these are not going to survive, like some of these ones over here. But we'll see. I know it's scary. My 4-year-old lab still had puppy teeth that needed to come out. She enjoyed chicken stock, bananas, scrambled eggs for a few, but she's fine now. What's that, yellow bird? You had to have, your dog had to have teeth taken out? Oh, I accidentally put 2 in there. Well, hang on. Let's get rid of this in spray mode here. You should see my tomatoes. Some of them are coming up over the cups. The ones that I didn't plant deep enough. Hey, Buffalo Estate, how's it going? I'm sorry if I'm really focused, guys. Bring up topics, ask me questions, so that I got something to talk about while I'm doing this. These are already going limp. Hang on. Give them a good spray. Oh, happy as can be. Question. I did put a bunch of chamomile seeds in last year, my baby pool, and was wondering, do they come back on their own? I'm seeing green already. Chamomile is a perennial. It will come back. It will come back. I have a whole pot of it that I'm going to plant this year. And last year, Howie put a bed over my chamomile plants, so I didn't get a chance to save them. But I put in a whole package of chamomile seed, and they're all doing beautiful. I'll show them when I finish the video for uploading. Okay, I'll show how my tomatoes and everything are doing, because in a couple of days I'm going to be adding soil to my tomatoes. That's for sure. Oh, happy as can be. Come on, baby. There you go. Stand up. Stand up. Rise up, rise up, rise and show your power. Besides, if I have a lot of celery planted this year, I will be, just cutting off stuff as I go along to juice. You know what I mean? I got to get back into some vegetable juicing, because I'll tell you, I put on way too much weight this winter. But if you're going to put your chamomile, I would take them out of a pool and put them in the ground, okay? Because they're not going, as a perennial, they're going to need more solid ground than a pot. You know what I mean? There you go, baby. Let's see. Oh, there's one standing up going, pick me, I don't smoke. Oh, I think I dropped one in there. Oh, crap. Where'd you go? There you go, baby. And this potting soil now holds moisture, right? Alrighty. If I knew somebody who wanted to do this, I'd say, bring yourself a pan, bring yourself some soil, and come and help yourself to some transplants. But if it's my soil and my pans, you got to pay for them. Except for Steffi. I'm getting chickens from Steffi this year. See how these are starting to perk up since I watered them? Oh, happy as can be. Too many of you there. It's like the strawberry plants. And those aren't actual, whoops, whoa, sorry, buddy, I almost buried you. Those strawberry plants aren't the kind that give off runners. They make a teeny tiny little strawberry. And they don't set out runners. These are like a wild strawberry. Not these, but the ones I transplanted. Okay. Okay, here we go. I might see if I can't fit a few more in here. Otherwise, these ones are going to end up in the garbage because they're drying out too quick. All right, these are going over onto the table under a light. Hey, Jules. Hi, Pamela. Wendy! So here is one tray of celery plants. I'll be right back. I got to put these under lights right away so that I can start on the next tray. Oh. 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 I might put some in here too. That's where I grew those strawberries. Oh! Excuse me. All right. I'm just going to use this too. Why not, right? I use a lot of celery, but I also can trade celery. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting whole butchered heritage roasting chickens this summer from Steffi, and I'm going to be giving her a lot of celery for her garden, in partial payment, you know. Hey, Claire, how are you, darling? These are the ones that would have gotten thrown away. I'm just putting them in this tray that the strawberries were started in, just to give them a chance. I don't directly hit the plant with the water when they're this tiny. Let's get... Okay. La, 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 la. Going to the country. Oh, happy as can be. I'm going to the country. Sunshine smiles on me. Careful. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. You look really wilted. I'm going to give you water right away. Well, I actually don't dry celery anymore because I'd rather freeze it or can it. And having frozen, now last year, I just cut up the celery and put it in milk bags. And now, as it froze, it got rid of some water and it came out in an ice ball. So I have to whack it off I should put some in my spaghetti too. I have to whack it off the granite counter to get it broken up. So I'm going to flash freeze them this year before they go into the freezer. You know what I mean? And I will probably can some this year. But I know one thing's for sure. The only thing I'm doing with zucchini this year is stir frying it, canning it, and canning it in garden medley vegetables. Because I'll tell you what, that canned shredded zucchini goes a long way. Did you see how wonderful my meatloaf? The sap is flowing. We're going to be boiling sap this weekend. And I might do a live, but I'm also going to do, if we are boiling sap this weekend, I'm going to be doing a outdoor Dutch oven supper, maybe even with bread. We will see. But I'll be cooking by the fire out there while Howie's boiling sap, because it's an all-day job. It really is. This soil is so dry. See, these all would have, anybody with less patience would have just thrown this little pile, because I was like, oh, I got tons, right? It would be really nice if I had my beef, but I'll probably do maybe some Dutch oven, pork chops and potatoes and carrots and all in the Dutch oven, and then maybe make a loaf of bread in the big Dutch oven as well. We'll see. A lot of the preparation's going to have to be in the house, but then I'll just call Howie and say, here, come take these Dutch ovens outside for me, and they'll be full of stuff to put around the fire. Well, they can be composted, but I want to give them a chance. You know what I mean? These, for every one that grows, you'd be amazed how much celery this actually is, folks. Because, I mean, people, let me put it to you this way, all right? I learned the hard way how to grow celery from seed. And now, even last year, I learned something. I learned that they don't like those, oops, sorry, baby, that they don't like those felt beds. You know, you can buy the bed as felt and put it on the ground because they don't drain enough. Stand up, baby. Stand up. There you go. Because they don't have enough proper drainage, and the celery will rot. Now, celery loves water every single day, but it still has to have adequate drainage. You know what I mean? So that's what I learned last year. I also learned that when you're harvesting them, you can cut down what's ready, leaving an inch above the soil, and they will grow back. If you have another, they'll grow back until frost. So, well, come here. Oh, where did you go? There you are. Now stand up, little fella. Little person thing. There we go. And I honestly think my celery grows well for me because I love it so. Does that make sense? Don't think that just because they don't have brains, it doesn't mean they don't know sound, that they don't know when they're being taken care of and when they're being disregarded. You know what I mean? Hey, Susan, how are you, dear? Come on. There we go. This is going to be a long day. So tomorrow I'm going to be transplanting something else because my cabbages are coming into second leaf now. Come on. Keep them wet so that they're so tiny it doesn't take much for them to wilt. It doesn't take long when they are out of their original growing space. It does not take them long to wilt. So we got to get them in as fast as possible, and also keep them wet while they're out and about. Just left the lab from having tests done. Couldn't go yesterday because of the weather. How are things going? I'm always talking to my plants while I'm in the garden. My daughter always pushes me to go hang out in my garden. She says it's my therapy. Absolutely. Mind you, my garden's mostly work, but it's work I love. And, you know, you're dead. See, some of these are already dead. Come on, baby, I'll give you a chance. You're a little wilted, but I'll give you a chance. Just water you right away. Get the water right down in around your roots like that. I cannot stress enough that you have to water them as you go, because if their roots, oh, there's two of you in there. If their roots go in the soil and they don't get covered in water, they will dry in the soil and die. They will be dead. So, see if I got any other bigger ones in here. There you go, baby. Come on. I might see if I have any more of these containers and plant celery in them, because, you know, it's easy when you have something like 30 celery plants in something this size to say, you know what? I got 30 celery plants. I'll take 2 dozen eggs. You know what I mean? Or whatever. I'm hoping my asparagus is going to be big enough to eat this year. If not, well, it'll be a nice surprise for next year. Oh, you got 2 of you in there. La, 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 la. Well, you know, that's why I have a YouTube channel, folks. My parents instilled in us a desire to learn. Not learn the way the school wanted us to learn, but to learn, you know? Learn, find out things for yourself. Do your research. And I was never good at just, you know, learning something and regurgitating it. I learned things if they made sense to me. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what, I use addition, subtraction, multiplication, dividing, and fractions. I've never had a need for algebra. So, you know, that was an enjoyable experience, but an entire waste of my time. Now, baby, you gotta come up here. Come here. Come up out of the water. No, I don't think you're gonna make it. I'm sorry. I tried. Let's see. Give you some company here, just in case you decide to come back. It's a beautiful sunny day out. I told you, it's boring work, but you guys make it so much more fun. Well, yeah. I had a teacher who I still correspond with to this day, my grade 7 teacher, because she was a young mother, still having just had babies, you know. Mrs. Henning. And she had a way of, if she was walking around the room reading history or something, my brain would be off in some other direction because, of course, it's boring. But she would, as she was walking around the room, she'd touch me. She'd walk by and she'd pat me on the shoulder, or, you know, and it's something like that to get my bring my attention back to what she was saying. And she did it very quietly and unobtrusively, and I thank her for that to this day. For all you people who said I would have made a good teacher, God bless you. I don't know if I would have. I don't know if I would have. You know, maybe now I could have been, but not today. Not by today's standards. I wish I could do some kind of, you know, course for kids in the summer to come over and learn about plants and weeds and what weeds are good for and what they're not good for and where they belong and where they don't. But I think most people around here already know that, and they teach it to their children firsthand. Come on, baby. Okay, there you go. Well, thank you, Mary. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate your confidence in my teaching ability. Ooh, yo, baby. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where'd you go? Pull up a little bit. There you go. Now, where'd your brother go? Sister, whatever you were. You are a teacher on YouTube. I've learned a lot from you. Well, the thing is the best way to teach something is to learn it, do it, so that you know what you're, so that you have practical experience, and then teach it, then share, you know. I think I might get a couple more in here if I can find any. Any second leafers in here? Stand up and be counted. There you are. Whoops. Yeah, my fingers are getting wet and dirty, and get around there, get the soil around you. That's about it for this tray. Now these are going under the lights. I have one, I can't count the other ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if it lives, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. 48 celery plants in this container. Isn't that amazing? It is. Hey, Teflon, how's it going, sweetheart? Now we're really going to give the water a good moistening, or the dirt a good shot of water. Make sure nobody is laying down and dying in the flood. And stand up and be counted. All right, these are going under the lights. Look at this. Oh. All right, now. Don't you break on me. Go down. Come on. Go on. There. Perfect. Ah! You rotten bugger. Actually, it should be this one, shouldn't it? You guys go there. You go here. All right. Don't you pop out. No, Gracie, you just came in. I'm going to put some celery. I'm going to put some celery in my, I'm going to wash my hands, in my spaghetti sauce. Because the more vegetables, the better. But see, when you cut up the celery and just put it in freezer bags, it freezes solid. So you gotta, whoa, I broke the bag. You don't like celery, Gracie. All right. Now, put them in there. Find a lid, if I can. This. Over here in the dishwasher. You're not going out again, Gracie. Holy crap. And I'll just put these back in the freezer that way. That bag, whoops, that bag is history. Alrighty, back at it. That is how much celery I planted in that great big flat and that other flat. So God give me strength. We've got a lot to do. And these ones, I'm just, the ones that are on the bottom here, I'm just going to throw them into the bottom of this and hope if any make it through, they make it through. Good luck, Eddie Murphy. Edie Murray, you mean. You need a kitchen mallet. I know. And I've seen mallets. Rubber ones. But I don't want to pay $10 for one of them. The good ones are in the hardware store. All right, where's our soil here? Oi. What's going on? Repeat one x-ray. Okay, sweetheart. I was a Cub Scout leader. And for a while. When my nephew was in Cubs, I was a Cub Scout leader. And I was a Beaver leader when Arthur was in Beavers. But by the time Briar was old enough, we had moved to Quebec. All right, we got a fresh tray here. Who's ready to be bored some more? That's where you got yours? Nice black rubber mallet, eh? Do you need to watch this or do you need to watch me? Or do you want to talk to me? Excuse me. Spring is in the air. Microbes are being put out in the air, and I'm getting spring allergies, I think. Alrighty. You'd like to see the planting. Okay. I just make sure you guys are all... There you go. Alrighty. I'm going to try and do this a little bit on the smaller scale this time. And just take out like a spoonful. Right? And try and keep them together in their clump until I get them in the soil. Oh, la, 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 la. Tweedle-at, tweedle-at, tweedle-dee. I'm as happy as can be. Jiminy cricket, Jiminy Jack, you make my heart go clickety-clack. Tweedle-at, tweedle-at, tweedle-dee. Tweedly-dee, tweedly-dee. Give your love to me. Yeah, well, somebody else has got to have a head song, Linda. Tweedly-dot, tweedly-dot. Gimme all the love you got. Rope-de-dope-bope-bope. It's only Tuesday. Oh, happy as can. Yeah, it didn't work. That's okay. It's because my brother's with me. That's why. These are tall Utah. It's my favorite celery. It's usually what I buy. Don't go, now in case anybody's new, don't go planting celery seed that's in your kitchen spice rack. It is a different kind of celery altogether and will grow no different than this, but you won't get celery stalks. They're more grown for the flavor of their seed, not for seed planting or not for stalk celery or planting stalk celery. That actually works. Somebody sent me little tiny tools once. I can never find stuff. Small stuff in my house gets lost really easy. Get that in there, that root. Oh, I planted two. Oh well. They didn't want to be separated, I guess. Utah frost is hardy. Yeah. Tall Utahs. Well, I live in Quebec, right? And you should see how fast my Quebec 5 tomato plants are growing in comparison to the Manitoba tomatoes. Now, some of them I accidentally planted with too much soil, and that's why they're above, but a lot of them are already above the edge of the cup. However, they have a faster turnaround time than Manitoba tomatoes, which explains why they're growing faster. Manitoba tomato plants go to maturity or whatever in 67 days. Quebec 5 go in 60. Now, whether or not they're another subarctic plenty that has these large cherry-like tomatoes on them, I don't know. But we're just going to have to hope. Right? Oh, there's babies in there. So don't be doing that. There you go, baby. There, don't knock the dirt on your little brother there, sister, whatever. I'm going to put you right here because there's room right there. A little bit more dirt on those roots. Gracie, you're not going out right now. I used 2 forks, one to pick up the seedlings under the leaves and the other to separate the soil. That would work. But these are so tiny. You know what I mean? Come on, baby. Alrighty. This is why most people don't grow celery. It's fussy. That's how we planted in the greenhouse with a pointed stick. Went faster. Alrighty. Listen, guys. We've been on here for almost an hour and a half. So I'm going to let you go. And just see, this is what, when I need to, I just go, life, you know? I am going to continue on here, but I'm going to continue on Life with the Wolfies. So I'll meet you over there if that's where we want to be if that's what you want to be. You want to continue? Let's go over to Life with the Wolfies, okay? I'll see you over there in about 5 minutes. Take care. God bless. And again, thank you for keeping me company.